Welcome to the 2025 Out of Home Media Conference. Please welcome OAAA President and CEO, Anna Bagger.
Wow. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to OAAA's 2025 Media Conference. It's really great to be here with you in Boston, a city where history, creativity, and innovation converge, just like out of home. This iconic American metropolis sets the stage perfectly for what promises to be an unforgettable gathering, a celebration of connection, collaboration, and inspiration. And with over 1,100 attendees and more brands and agencies represented than ever before, we are truly in the presence of the industry's best and brightest. So, presence. Let's pause on that word for a moment, because it's a theme of this year's conference, the power of presence. And presence isn't just about showing up. It's about being seen, being felt, and being influential, physically, emotionally, symbolically, and culturally. And there's nothing more powerful than our presence, both as a medium and as an industry. And it's an honor to stand before you today following another milestone year for Out of Home. For the first time in our industry's history, Out of Home revenues surpassed $9 billion in 2024, a 4.5% increase over 2023. Out of Home outpaced growth in digital, display, cable TV, radio, newspapers, and magazines. And digital out of home continues to drive impressive momentum, now 34% of total out of home spend. A rising tide truly lifts all boats. And that's the spirits of this year's conference, as well as our shared vision for the year ahead. Because together, we're navigating a time of disruption and reinvention. Shifting expectations, technological acceleration, budget pressures, and economic complexity. But we also know that when things change, opportunity can arise. And the out-of-home industry has always thrived in the face of change. Resilience and perseverance is in our DNA. Out-of-home has evolved, not by shrinking, but by expanding. Not by simplifying our offering, but by leaning into what makes us dynamic. We are greater than the sum of our parts, and yes, we have a lot of parts, but that's what makes out of home dynamic, versatile, and engaging. We're not one screen, we're not one format, we're a full spectrum canvas powering brand building, cultural connection, and business outcomes. The power of presence is the power of possibilities, and when out of home works in concert with other channels, may it be digital, social, retail media, CTV, or the creator economy, our impact multiplies. Don't just take my word for it. Research released last year confirms it. Out-of-home ads seen in iconic locations or paired with social media and influencer content have greater influence among half of U.S. adults, with even stronger impact among urban, Black, Hispanic, and younger audiences. And that influence drives important mobile activation. OAAA findings show that 3 in 4 recent viewers engaged with their mobile device after seeing an out-of-home ad, and nearly half searched for more information, and 40% made an online purchase. Out-of-home is how brands build visible strength in the real world, but we need to make sure out-of-home strength is just as visible. Earlier this year, we at OAAA undertook an ambitious effort to sharpen our industry's positioning, to create a shared narrative, a consistent value proposition, and a more unified presence for our industry. We listened closely to brands, agencies, and media owners across the ecosystem. And while the work is still evolving and forthcoming later this year, the feedback was clear. Here's what we heard. Out-of-home is the last true mass reach medium in an era of fragmentation and decline across all other channels. It's highly effective for brand building, delivering visibility, credibility, and trust. And it's a driver of social engagement and earned media, fueling content, virality, and cultural relevance. Out-of-home is creatively powerful, culturally relevant, and brand safe. Those are great things. But we also heard where we are falling short. Out-of-home still feels too complex to plan, buy, and measure. There is a lack of standardization across platforms and vendors, and fragmentation and internal noise are hurting our ability to compete with digital speed, simplicity, and scale. The insights also uncovered a major industry shift. Marketers are increasingly focused on growth, and they want to reshape how media investments are planned, activated, and measured. For out-of-home, this creates both urgency and opportunity to meet the modern marketer's expectations. While it's important to share our medium's potential, it's critical that we need to focus on its proof. Brands want to know, if I spend $1, what do I get back? And it's no longer enough to just speak about reach. We must also talk to the power of engagement and outcomes. We need to talk about sales lifts, store visits, digital amplification, and brand recall. We need to act like a platform, not a patchwork. Because out-of-home offers power and scale unlike anything else, and across every category. And I think we can all instinctively feel the power of out-of-home as a platform. And OAAA continues to provide the tools and insights to prove that out-of-home works. A Harris poll released last week that I really strongly recommend you take a look at highlighted our unique ability to drive action across key product categories. And for a few things that we found were that 70% of US consumers recall seeing an out-of-home ad for a personal care product, with more than half recalling it in the last month. And on top of that, 83% engaged with the ad and 41% made a purchase. And when it comes to sit-down restaurant and fine dining, 71% recall seeing an out-of-home ad in that category, with nearly half in the last month, and 86% took action after seeing that ad. So our ability to drive real action is unmatched. And the world's biggest brands are doubling down. Nike increased their out-of-home spend by 443% year over year. Samsung added $10 million to its out-of-home investment in 2024, and American Express, this year's OB Hall of Fame inductee, remains a mainstay on our mega brands top 100 list. And it's not just the big brands. Local advertising drives 65% of total out-of-home revenue, and that's a powerful reminder that our medium fuels growth at every level. Our ability to reach far and feel local is unmatched. We help major brands build national presence, but we are just essential to small businesses, nonprofits, community organizations, and government initiatives. Last year marked the highest ever political ad spend for a presidential election. And we also saw all-time records set across congressional campaigns and political action committees. Whether it is launching the next big brand, helping a neighborhood business grow, or getting a local official elected, out-of-home shows up, delivering results, building connections, and strengthening the communities which we live in. And this incredible headline in the Drum from just last week highlights exactly that. Why Stripe, Netflix, and the US Senate are betting big on out-of-home ads. It's not a bad one. But, as Winston Churchill once said, the price of greatness is responsibility. And as disruption continues to reshape the advertising landscape, we don't only have a unique opportunity, we have an obligation to step up. Our advocacy efforts are more critical than ever, because presence isn't just about marketing campaigns. It's about showing up where it matters, in the courts, on the Hill, and in legislative conversations that impact the future of our industry. We are charting the course for out-of-home's long-term success, forging critical relationships with lawmakers, defending our interests, and creating the conditions for sustainable growth. Through strong government affairs leadership, direct engagement with policymakers, and a constant pulse on legislative and regulatory developments, we are not just protecting out-of-home's future, OAAA and our members are actively shaping it. And that same drive must fuel our commitment to innovation, to secure an essential role in the media mix, both today and in the future. We must embrace innovation with the same urgency and focus, and we must continue to invest in technology, champion creativity approach the future with curiosity and ambition. And we must make it easier, faster, and smarter to buy, measure, and optimize our medium, meeting the modern marketer where they are. The momentum is already building. Programmatic digital out-of-home accounted for 15% of total digital out-of-home spend in 2023, and it jumped to 24% just in 2024, according to Magna, who then projects it will reach 65% of digital out-of-home in 2029. So this is more than just a turning point, it's a call to action. To fully unlock our potential, we need a complete mindset shift. Not just in how we sell, but in how we position our medium, how we go to market, and how we define success. which brings me to what I believe are the 4 guiding imperatives for out-of-home in 2025 and beyond. Unite as one industry, one voice. We must align around a shared identity and a clear value proposition, not just to compete, but to grow. This means unified messaging, consistent metrics, and clear and compelling proof points. Let's empower our sellers and make it easier for brands and agencies to understand, trust, and choose out-of-home. Because we can no longer be a nice-to-have, we have to be a must-have. And we at OAAA are committed to leading this charge. For more than 130 years, we have been the voice of the industry in Washington, D.C., with industry-leading brands, inside decision-making agencies, and alongside local businesses in the country. Today, those strong relationships are helping rally the industry around one single unified story, one that elevates out-of-home's value, accelerates growth, and strengthens our standing in the media mix. We also need to embrace innovation and acceleration. To quote H.G. Wells, adapt or perish. The speed of change in media today is unprecedented, and out-of-home must move at the speed of culture and at the speed of commerce. That means fully embracing technology, automation, and AI, not as something to fear, but as a tool to sharpen our creativity, extend our reach, and accelerate our results. You may have noticed that we actually don't have a standalone session on AI this year, and that's intentional. Because AI isn't a silo, it's a through line shaping every part of our business, every brief, every buy, every insight, and every outcome. From creative optimization to audience targeting, from scheduling to attribution, AI is already transforming how we operate, but that transformation has only just begun. AI won't change how we work, but it will change how we work, but it will change how we work, but it won't change why we work. It won't replace presence, it will enhance it. It should make us faster, smarter, and more connected to the audiences we serve. To not only keep up, but to get ahead, so we can make programmatic easier and more scalable, make measurement real-time, transparent, and ROI-driven, and make planning intuitive, integrated, and insight-rich. And out-of-home has always been a creative canvas, but it has also become a performance platform. And the duality in both of those are one of our greatest strengths and the key to our future. We also need a shift from inside out to outside in, less focus on our internal complexities and more on external opportunities. We must meet the market where it is to solve for what brands are asking for: simplicity, speed, accountability, and results. And at the end of the day, most buyers aren't evaluating the nuances between out-of-home companies. They're evaluating how out-of-home as a medium deliver against their goals. Vendor differentiation often takes a backseat to campaign performance. We exist to make their stories visible, their messages impactful, and their outcomes measurable. Out-of-home ad sales are projected to grow 4.5% annually from now to 2029. But with the right focus, we can lift to even greater growth. So I think we should do that. To win, we must stop talking to ourselves, start delivering what matters most to them. And finally, champion our people and our future. This industry isn't just defined by its inventory, it's defined by its people. From companies large and small to local sellers and global strategists, from seasoned operators to our next generation of leaders. Out-of-home is a people-powered business. And that's why we're especially proud of our Futures Leaders program, now in its second year, and this year in partnership with Big Brothers Big Sisters America. So let's all take a moment to congratulate this year's Future Leaders. Please stand up and be recognized. Welcome. This initiative isn't just focused on mentorship. It's about building pipelines, opening doors, and ensuring a more dynamic, representative industry. We're investing in the future of talent. Because innovation isn't just about technology and ideas, it's also about people. And it's our people who make out-of-home extraordinary. And throughout it all, OAAA is here to lead the way. We are your partner in growth, share shift, and market momentum. Our industry-leading research gives you the data and insights you need to drive smarter decisions and stronger outcomes. Our programs, initiatives, and thought leadership are all designed to keep out-of-home at the center of media, in the conversation where it belongs. And throughout our government affairs leadership, we are ensuring that out-of-home's voice is heard, protected, and elevated at every level. And in the next 2 days, you will see our focus on arming the industry with tools, insights, visibility, and advocacy come to life. So what's on deck? Well, we have top CMOs on how they are breaking through in an oversaturated, fragmented world. We have generational and economic experts on key consumer trends impacting advertising and the industry's overall future. We have high-growth challenger brands on how they navigate omnichannel marketing and build a presence with purpose. Agency leaders on what it will take to make out-of-home a bigger part of their plans and their budgets. And we are thrilled to welcome award-winning actor and co-founder of Four Walls Whiskey, Charlie Day, for a candid conversation on the intersection of entertainment, commerce, and culture. We will celebrate the best creative in the business with the Obie Awards, and will honor the leaders and rising stars who are shaping the next era of our industry with the Out-of-Home Industry Awards. And we'll do it all while connecting, collaborating, and hopefully having a lot of fun. Ultimately, out-of-home brings humanity to media. And I believe that humanity is the most valuable currency in marketing, because we are much more than just a line on a media plan. Humanity is culture in motion, its ideas made real, its impact with purpose. We are a canvas for creativity. It's the stage for storytelling and the spark for everything that follows. That's our power and our presence. Thank you.